Hey, we're here and we're ready for the next match of the Kesler Co-Op Tournament, a name I did not come up with, but it's a very special day because not only do we have my Rocket League teammate playing, we also have a very much smarter than me co-commentator, Mansa Musa, and I never thought this day would come, and I'm just really excited to be co-commentating a game alongside you, dude.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me on, and yeah, just really excited to watch some fun Advanced Wars by Web.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully the layout is good with all our cameras and the chat box, but you all can let me know in chat if something's weird or if the audio is imbalanced. And I'm actually gonna turn you up a tad. Just making sure everything is equalized here, but I think we're good. I'm gonna refresh the page. Oh, they didn't start yet.
They just started the game, and then PhantomRaiku instantly resigned, so it might have been they picked the wrong CO or something. But
oh, okay.
Yeah, that was very funny. Just watch that.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh, I got some Discord messages, but I don't want to check them on my computer because then it'll mess up the camera, so let me just grab them on my phone.
I can check in general to see if something... They didn't make it live.
Oh, they didn't make it live.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm just messaging on my phone. 5 minutes, initial time, 2 minutes increment, max turn time 7 days. Make sure day limit is 30. Stealth and black bombs banned. No cap limit. I mean, I guess if they forget to ban stealth and black bombs, they could just not buy them, but... yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I got a little sneak peek too of just pulling up that match. It looks like they're both going to go Andy, which will be a very interesting matchup. I always think Andy mirrors are really fun because obviously against Andy you want to kill as many units as possible. So you get a very interesting standoff as you get close to the superpower of like who goes in first, who pops it first, and tries to like wipe out the other army before they get their own scop.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. We got a lot of stuff in the chat. Nothing going on for me. Is that just me? Should be good now. Let me know if everything's better. Mind Commander. Astaroth says hype. Astaroth is here to cheer on their teammate. Semi says good day, Folkerinos. Good day, Semi. I see stuff now. True Grit. Can Grit be played on one of the KCT maps? Yeah, we should have made a Grit map in here. That was a big blunder by us. And then go PhantomRaiku, cheering on the teammate. I got more Discord messages. Let me just make sure that everything is good. Oh, yeah, he's just double checking me about the stealth and black bombs. Day limit to 30. Alright, Bongo Banjo says, go Bengineer, cheering on their teammate. Andy Mir is interesting, but luck rolls are so annoying. Units surviving at 1 HP to heal by 5. Yeah. Emotional blunder.
I think they're in it. They're going.
Oh, okay, sweet. Here we go. We're rolling. So how do you approach like this map? Like, do you like go for the center right away? Do you go for the corners right away? What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's very interesting because obviously PhantomRaiku's strong side is going to be on the top right here, and obviously opposite for Bengineer. I think the middle is pretty important here. There's enough properties that it's worth fighting for, and then you probably swing to the corners after that. But you have to be very careful about some of your reinforced lanes here. The rivers that kind of cut through the middle of the map are going to make it very susceptible to some choke points and kind of cutting off armies going from the middle to the corner. So you just have to be very smart about your pivot points on this map.
Right, and the pivot points are like these like shallow, I guess you can't see my screen, but the shallow like shoal tiles by the mountain cities close to the HQ on both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can't, oh, my headset on my chair just fell off. I can't leak any prep, but there was a lot of interesting like capture orders and everything that that people were like proposing to these players, and a lot of discussion on that. So I'm really interested to see how this goes. Let's see. Someone in chat asked, Monsa, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Yeah, just really excited to watch some fun Advance Wars. This is going to be a little bit of a lower level game, so I'm anticipating maybe a few mistakes here and there, but that just makes the games all the more fun.
Oh, for sure. Oops. Definitely agree with that. Let's see. No luck robot surviving to 1 when there is no comm tower. Yeah, Andy seems super busted when there's no comm tower on the map.
Yeah.
Everything's going to live on a city.
It's an interesting move already from Bengineer, skipping this cap by the mountain city on the edge of the map there, going for more aggression towards the corner. You see that Raiku did not do that, just going for his cap instead, so we'll see some of the differences there.
Yeah, for sure. And their early tank aggression too, for Bengineer. I think Bengineer's gonna be able to get that city on 10-8 and try to deny PhantomRaiku in the center on 11-06. And could be a bit of an imbalance. There's also that mountain city by the HQ on 1405 that the infantry can get, but the tank is literally right there covering it. So this will be a really interesting. Oh, he's skipping. He's skipping and doing.
Yeah, it makes sense. You cap all 3. The tank can only attack 1.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, and then I think tank infantry though would clear an infantry on a city with normal firepower, right?
I think it should be able to, but now Raiku brings in his own tank, so if that happens, you don't have a third unit to sit in the city, so then the tank would get a nice engagement city tank onto plains tank if Raiku goes for that. Sorry, if Bengineer goes for that. Interesting there from Raiku not going for the 1405 cap, going more for the corner. Yeah, I thought it might have been a good move to cap 1405 and just get all 3 of the centers going at once.
Yeah, I think the logic was the tank couldn't actually cover an interrupt on 1406 because the tank can't even occupy the city tile, so that would just be a free shot.
No, that makes sense. I thought the tank had 1 more square of coverage.
Yeah, it is kind of. I should turn on the grids. It is kind of deceptive like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. 4 center contested. Andy can fix anything, even his win rate. Yeah, that's true. Cap chain on middle is too overpowered. Yay, I see things. Yay, I'm glad we all can see the game. Oh wow, we live. We gotta skip, boys and girls. I predict Raiku will win from this opening. Oh, okay. So already chat thinking Raiku is doing great on the opening. No grids, please. And yeah, Bengineer not going for the interrupt on that center city, so Raiku will get that.
Yeah.
Doesn't have that mountain city though.
Yeah, interesting builds here by Bengineer as well, saving some money. I generally like at 12k going for the Battlecopter 3 infantry build, especially when you have multiple tanks already out by your opponent. But Bengineer going more for the saving money idea going into the next turns.
Yeah, maybe just wanted to get a second tank in the center pretty quick, and then is going to build a Battlecopter next turn with 14,000 in the bank. Let's see.
Yeah.
All natural, no bobters. Yeah. maybe they were all preparing, no copters. Hoping to see some hot grits at some point. Yeah, we gotta pick a map that grit's good in, or not good, but like not tier 0. You know what I mean? Mildly surprising. Yeah. Oh, Okay, so the tank's in range, but it's on the silo, and it's backed up by the other tank. But I wonder if Bengineer can attack it and then bring the other tank up within 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't think so. So I think that's a good position for PhantomRaiku right there with the tank.
Yeah, I agree. I also really like what PhantomRaiku is doing on the edge here as opposed to Bengineer. Bengineer kind of skipping some of these early caps to get aggressive in the corner doesn't really seem to be paying off too much because he's not applying equal and opposite pressure on the opposite corner. So Raiku is going to get the same cap he got on that city near kind of the bottom left corner, 0012, in equal time, even though Bengineer skipped a city to go for it. So just kind of a better start there by Raiku.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that might be like a P1 thing because the extra infantry, I think, went towards the middle for Bengineer? Or is it just like... Oh, okay.
It definitely could be, but I think if Bengineer wanted to go for this corner pressure idea, then he maybe should have gotten a little bit less involved here in the middle, just gotten some of the caps, maybe defend a little bit more, and then send maybe one of those tanks over to the corner to apply more aggression.
Oh, okay, I got you. That's a good way to think about it. That's something I need to work on in my own game, of like trying to think about like how to like macro strategies of how to push aside.
Yeah, generally it's just like if you have something aggressive that you're going for, you kind of want to be able to deny it on the other side. That way your aggression, like your city skipping and other stuff here, is just not going to go be for nothing because your opponent gets the same stuff.
Right, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And also PhantomRaiku threatening to get 1405 Mountain City, and also getting the corner on 0012, but Bengineer city infantry that just capped that city on 412 will be able to interrupt from the silo. So that's going to be, could be tough for PhantomRaiku. Astaroth in chat says, uh-oh, maybe he spotted a blunder. You can use ! blunder to add to the blunder list. And we'll see. Oh, Bengineer, nice move. Blocking that mountain tile. Oh, that was really smart. Or the mountain city.
Yeah, and that's going to be a really annoying tank to deal with. Only one tank's in range of it, and you don't really want to go for that plain city engagement. So, yeah, that city is just going to be blocked for at least a bit here.
Yeah, that was a really good move. Let's see.
Although it is in a little bit of danger of getting trapped. No, you can clear the infantry off the tank and infantry in the area, so he's fine. But you got to be careful of that when you put a tank next to a mountain tile. You have to always watch out for infantry traps.
Oh, for sure. And the artillery build, I respect that. I'm a big artillery fan.
Yeah, I think artillery are great. Very tricky in live, obviously. You got to be very careful about your walling.
Yeah, let's see. Benji has gotten their 2 mid-cities. I don't think that will be true for Raiku. Yeah, that mountain city is going to be really hard for PhantomRaiku to get. Yeah, he blundered. We're straying away from prep. Oh no, Banjo is screaming internally on his teammate. Not having 2 tanks in range to hit that was the blunder. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because with 2 tanks, then you can punish. And the big scary artillery is going to lock down that city now. I think Ben forgot to finish cap. Oh, he did? That's why I always use the select next unit, even in live, unless I'm like super low time, just to make sure I don't finish a cap. Because I would forget to build an infantry or something from an empty base, even with like 10 minutes left sometimes, because I just like get in my own head about the rest of the game. So that's why I always use the next unit to move thing.
Yeah, I do that in Global League. I don't trust myself. Like, I'm refreshing the page 3 times to make sure that nothing else is popping up. Yeah,
it's so easy, especially in like really like you have like 50 units on the field. It's so easy to miss one.
Yeah.
Astaroth says Raiku gonna pull through, cheering for your teammate. I like the support in chat. But Bengineer's opening, I mean, it's still pretty strong, and it's going to have a really good grip on the center.
I think Raiku's looking at this idea right now of sending the 807 tank to attack the 1008 city infantry from the left side. Only 1 tank would be covering it in that case. Then you can clear the infantry off and start a cap, bring another tank in to sit on the silo. and try to flip 1008.
Oh, he did,
Okay,
but he attacked from the wrong square.
Yeah, now that tank can get hit twice. Well, he sent in 2 tanks. He could have gone away with it with just an infantry and put the tank back on the silo.
Oh,
now,
I see.
Yeah, now that I guess okay. Now the problem is now both of your tanks can get first struck. In the way I was talking about it, only one of your tanks was going to have to get first struck. But interesting they did go for that idea and the aggressive flip here.
Yeah, it was the right idea, just not the correct execution, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I think Bengineer will be able to get a lot of good hits. But it's Andy, right? You're just getting charge, and then you're just going to repair it. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's always an interesting back and forth.
Oh, and then he's going to get the city shot with the tank. Oh, this is going to hurt.
Yeah.
Nice find by Bengineer. But I think he's thinking about it. Yeah.
On the bright side, this does mean he's probably going to get 1405 now.
Yeah. So,
at least diffuse that that annoyance.
Yeah, for sure. It's the greedier execution. Yeah. And Astaroth says free charge. It is indeed free charge. But yeah, the distraction to get the mountain city. Now Raiku will get that city. And I think will be equal income. All things equal. After that, I guess the PhantomRaiku is going to be slow on the left corner on 0014.
Yeah.
But I think, and also the 2 healthy tanks I think can guarantee KO the 8 HP tank on the city even with no comm tower. So PhantomRaiku could get a tank out of that, but you have to have something to occupy the city, or else I don't think you can keep fighting there if you're PhantomRaiku, especially with the artillery.
Yeah, it's just really how deep do you want to go. I mean, you can send the 5 HP infantry back on the city to heal up a little bit, and then send your 2 tanks in to clear the tank, drop an infantry on the city, attack the infantry on the plains, and then just force Bengineer to have to clear off that infantry on the city. But yeah, it's just really a question of how much do you want to engage, and that really becomes a question of what is the reinforced pass here, and it looks like it's going to be 2 turns for Raiku and 2 turns for Bengineer, so it's equal. So yeah, it's just how much do you want to fight in?
Oh, okay. I like, maybe you can give a tip for me and the viewers, but I have no idea, like, being able to, like, long-term see, like, oh, is this fight gonna work out? If PhantomRaiku does indeed go for that plan.
There's a couple things you want to look at. Number one is reinforcement pass, like I was talking about. How many turns away from the engagement are both players? Since it's equal, that doesn't really give you a lot here. The bigger thing here is the number of tanks that are coming in. I think Bengineer is going to have better tank numbers than Raiku just here in the short term, and then also that artillery is going to become a problem if you can wall it off and get that into the fight as well. Then coming up here, maybe 2 turns down the line, Bengineer is going to have a clear advantage in the fight. So I think Raiku can get away with maybe 1 more turn, maybe at maximum 2 more turns of these engagements if he really wants to go for it, build some charge, be an annoyance in this area. But this is not a long-term fight he's going to win for sure.
Oh, I got you. Okay. And then there's really no point because you're not going to get that flip. Unless, like, he tries to sneak the city on 709 by the HQ, but I don't think that would even go through.
Yeah. I think people in chat are saying that Bengineer forgot to cap another city.
Oh, no.
Always remember to cap your cities, guys.
Yeah.
Even in life.
Yeah. It's 13 minutes. You got plenty of time to just do the next unit. Make sure every unit's accounted for. Let's see. Raiku streaming infantry into the corner wrong. Oh no. The prep does not remember the prep fully accurately. Getting tank kill is good. Yeah, Raiku's thinking about it. He still has both tanks that can fire on that 8 HP tank. Clear it out. Put the infantry on the city. Raiku tank reinforced corner equals can't fight center. That's true.
Moving the tank on that HQ basically means that he's not going for the center fight long term.
Yeah, I don't know if he's thinking about that, but I think he's like trying to protect the was it 1408 or 1405 city with that tank. But yeah, I think the tank needed to be closer to the fight if you wanted to go for that trade on the city there.
I would love to see a battle copter from one of these players here. Just force out some anti-airs, make the game a little bit more complicated.
Oh, for sure. And especially with Andy, because you can't, like, you can give up a battle copter on battle copter shot and just heal it right back off. Which you said exactly. in your video of, like, what's the best unit for each CO.
Yeah, part 2 coming soon, allegedly.
Sweet, allegedly. Oh, I can't wait. I'll have my notifications on. Hit the bell icon. Kesler probably hates me now for trying to push a certain CO on this map. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't tell me it's not who. Please tell me it's not who I think it is. Please tell me it's not who I think it is. Yeah, Bengineer going for an attack, gets the city cap, and clears the infantry. And Raiku doesn't have any infantry in range of this city to be able to take it out, or to get a city shot. And then the infantry on the silo is going to go down to 1 HP. So I think Bengineer's like pretty much won that left corner. And then could take out the 5 HP on the city as well. I mean, the 5 HP tank on the city, and then have another tank go on that city and smack another tank. So I think PhantomRaiku out is just making some small micro mistakes. And Bengineer...
I think that's bait, though. I think that second
really?
engagement is bait. Yeah, because if you attack that deep in, you're really over aggressing, and Raiku has like a million tanks ready to reinforce that fight. So like, yeah, you're winning in the short term, but I don't think it's worth going for that clear and attack on the tank on the road. I do agree in the corner, though. I think in the corner, Bengineer is definitely winning in the short term, but even Raiku has like higher infantry numbers coming in, like 2 to 3 turns down the line, Raiku will win back that corner. But this bait play is interesting. I'm actually very curious to see if Bengineer goes for that clear that you're talking about, because it does look good, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what happens too. I'm definitely like, I fall for every single bait. I see low HP unit, I take it out. Let's see. The walling almost as sus as mine versus Validate. That's funny. We got the corner cap, folks. We got it. I think Ben is happy to see him back off. Already wants time to set up. Yeah, that's true. That artillery is not like able to contribute like to a fight on Raiku's territory as quickly as a tank. No way Bengineer can win that left corner, haha. Just a swarm of infantry coming. I believe it because Chloe Box said it. Chloe Box is the GOAT. It's 2 first hits and killing a 5 HP tank, though. That is true. There was a potential really brutal tactic last turn to flip 7-9 and kill a tank and infantry without losing a tank back in return. Oh, dang, Sprite Mirror, that's a good find. I didn't even see it. We're going to have to look at it after the game. I'm kind of interested to see what Sprite Mirror saw. Sprite Mirror is like the secondary GOAT behind Chloe.
Yeah, I will say one thing that I think is going well for Raiku this game so far is I think his infantry positioning has been very good, applying pressure. Yeah, he lost the bottom left corner here a little bit in the short term, but like Chloe's saying, the number of infantry coming in means that he's going to win it back in like 2-3 turns down the line.
That is true. And can always send a tank over there too. Doesn't need to like hardcore fight for the middle, because none of the properties are super under threat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Bengineer here is looking at some of these engagements that we were talking about to see how aggressive does he want to be. And I do think it's a mistake to clear this 5 HP tank, but we'll see how aggressive he wants to be.
Yeah, it does look so juicy though.
Yeah.
Let's see. First infantry move to take away the smart the Artie wants to sit on. Oh yeah. The Artie does want to go here, and you can block for it really well with tanks, and it would shell this, allowing Bengineer to get potentially play for a flip next turn.
Interesting Artie positioning. I think he's looking towards a flip on 1106 next turn, which means I do think he's not going to do this aggressive attack on the 5 HP, which again is smart.
Yeah. Yeah, just keeping everything, just pulling back. Bengineer's up 3 cities right now, but that one is going to go through, so it's about to be cut down to 2. And Raiku could put a lot of pressure on this HQ side. There's so many tanks in the area for both players. Ooh, Battlecopter, I like it.
First one of the game.
Raiku's gonna have 19k, so I think he can go battlecopter, anti-air, infantry. Not a bad build to get all the triangle units on the field. Oh, repair say no. Oh, yep. He repaired the tank, so no more. I guess you could join that tank to get that money back, but not really.
It's not worth it. Yeah. I don't think you need to get a battlecopter out here if you're Raiku just getting out an anti-air. Like if one player is going for the battlecopters, then you can be the player that goes for the anti-airs. At least in the early engagements, and then just get a battlecopter a few turns from now.
That's true.
Going for the 709 flip. Let's see how this is defended.
Yeah. Only has one infantry in range to interrupt, so we'll have to get another interrupt with a vehicle. But can put another tank back on top of the city and strike the infantry at 708. And Raiku's big infantry swarm, the Legion coming in on the bottom left corner. So I think one of these tanks might go down to help out the bottom left as well for Bengineer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really love this capture here on 709 by Raiku. You're kind of justifying the tank positioning on the HQ and on 913 by Bengineer on the last turn. Now both those tanks have really good options, either interrupting the flip or going to the corner to deal with this infantry swarm you're putting on. You kind of just like went into the defense he was already doing. There may have been some ideas here of front shifting to your strong side up here in the top right. But yeah, as Raiku's playing this, I don't super love at least some of these initial movements.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was as you were talking, I was like, how do you punish then if you feel these are mispositioned? And I guess you just rotate away. But it looks like he wants to start a brawl over here as all the tanks are moving forward. But that artillery is like right there. Bengineer can start a brawl, put the artillery behind to back up, and things could get really crazy.
Yeah, I'm curious how Raiku is going to defend all this, right? Because I agree with someone in the chat said that the flip on 709 is bait, and I kind of agree with that. Like, I don't think Raiku is actually really trying to get that flip, but then at the same time, Raiku has to defend the very real pressure being put on 1106. Like, that artillery and all the tanks in the area are putting a lot of pressure on. Yeah, it's a very tense position so far, but I mean, having the income advantage 2k for a couple of turns here now by Bengineer is just super strong. Even if Raiku eventually gets these corner cities, just having that initial buildup of money is really going to have an advantage as we get here to the mid game.
Yeah, for sure. Micro triple tank if an anti-air is bought, that's not a bad idea. Gonna have plenty of money to be able to do so. Neo too good to not go. Fair enough. Semi's not going to like that, but definitely has enough for a Neo, and that could put a lot of pressure on PhantomRaiku because he doesn't have any artilleries or copters or any Neo counters. And goes double tank, so a Neo would be really, really strong right now for Bengineer.
Yeah, a Neo's strong. Interesting, no anti-air either. Yeah, I think a Neo's strong. I think another battlecopter is strong. Yeah, Bengineer has really a lot of good options here on his next build phase. Yeah,
but no anti-air from PhantomRaiku, and I really think he needed one. He had money for it. Definitely needed an anti-air. Now this brawl is going to be, I think, a losing one for PhantomRaiku, and Bengineer also going for this city as well, so could get another flip. And actually, I don't think there's anything to interrupt.
No, there's not. It's just going to be a free city. I think that's a great play by Bengineer, and then you just back up the 7 HP infantry as much as you can. I think actually every single tile it can get attacked on, so you may honestly just put it on the mountain in the very corner of the map and just play defense.
Yeah. Yeah, and this position's looking really good for Bengineer. The opening looked good for Raiku, but I think a few like middle game tactics and like a few builds different, and now Bengineer looks to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I just think not getting the corner here in this early mid game was pretty bad for Raiku.
Yeah, I think he deviated from the lines that the players prepared, but
Yeah.
It's hard. It's his first Advanced Wars tournament. He was telling me he was very nervous. And live is really hard. So
Yeah.
Ooh, attacks with the infantry first. Maybe not gonna commit a tank then. Oh, the artillery's right there.
Well, you have to be so careful here. Like, that feels like a spot that can get pretty easily wall broken if you're not very careful.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the number of tanks that are... there's like 6 tanks that are right next to that artillery for Raiku.
Yeah, and that copter's not in range to cover the artillery.
Exactly.
Cover the right side of it.
Well, this is tense. This is...
Yeah.
This is scary.
Yeah, just gonna have to wall for that. Ooh. Okay, going in. Doesn't get the KO. I think Raiku might be able to break this, but Bengineer could get a nice little tank formation. This is gonna be very interesting. Let's see. So many messages in chat. Ooh, go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't even hate this as much for Bengineer if he already had that like Neo tank or second battlecopter coming in. Like if this was one turn later and you just had some beefier units coming in on a reinforce. But even if you build them right now, they're probably gonna be one turn too late for a really devastating attack if Raiku finds one. So yeah, this is very committal for sure.
Yeah, and I think because of that 3 HP infantry is still alive, that creates a corner that that PhantomRaiku could attack from. And I don't know if 2 tanks with normal attack can clear a tank on a forest.
Let me check real quick. It can't, or it's definitely not guaranteed unless the tank has any chip damage on it. But that tank did just attack an infantry, so I do think it will have some chip damage on it.
Yeah.
So the odds of clearing it are going to be higher.
Yeah. Clears out the. Okay, so now Bengineer can put a tank on the city, clear the 3, and get a first strike on the tank on 608. I think that's what's gonna happen. That's still a corner right there.
Yeah, and that kill on the infantry there on the city was definitely a roll. That infantry also had some chip on it, but I don't think that was a guarantee.
Yeah, this is... This is crazy. Chat's going crazy too. So many messages. Banjo says that Bengineer is playing the opposite of the prep, but maybe that's just the 5-head, you know, adapting on the fly to what PhantomRaiku is doing. Now thinking about this tank shot. Oh, I see. I don't think Bengineer is going to move that tank off the city because it protects the artillery. But I think PhantomRaiku can clear out the tank on the forest, and then, well, I guess it's kind of a tough roll, but I think with enough chip, it's guaranteed. And then clear out the tank in front of the artillery, and then hit the artillery. And then the copter is not in range, and that would be really, really strong. But now going in on the bottom left corner, there's a 7 HP that could interrupt from the forest, as the other infantry will finish the cap, I'm assuming. And now thinking about how to deal with this brawl.
Yeah, I think Bengineer made a slight mistake there in the previous turn, not keeping that 7 HP on the mountain, because now he can kind of get cleared off relatively easily. But hard to find some of these tactics. Also, yeah, I was looking at the chip damage on that tank on the tank on the forest on 0808, and it didn't take that much chip, so I think it's going to be a little bit of a risky roll if Raiku tries to clear it. And the thing is, if you fail to clear it, then you're in a really, really bad spot. So it's like, how much do you want to roll the dice? How aggressive do you want to be?
That is true. Channel our inner flak. You know, why think when you can fight, though?
Yeah.
You also need tank on city to defend plains tank. That's a good point. And Scandalous says go, go, go. Once the attack... PhantomRaiku at 13 minutes, Bengineer at just a little over 8 minutes, and the clock could very well be a factor here in these positions where there's just so many units on the board. And gonna swing at the infantry, takes it out, can put the tank on the city, but then it would be open for a copter hit.
I don't think he's going to move the 1204 tank yet, because that tank's one of the ones that could get involved in these the brawl here in the middle, if he's able to clear off the forest tank. So I think right now is the time period where he's deciding, do I want to go for this attack on the forest tank or not? And if I'm not going to do that, how am I going to position my units in a good spot that's also not in danger of some of these battlecopters coming in? And now you also like have to build an anti-air this turn, like it's forced.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Has enough for a triple base skip jet fighter though, and I feel like that's the Giga Chad move.
that is definitely the 800 elo move for sure.
But that would be hype. I would be happy to hear that. Listen to the Yeet Demon, but I don't think he's listening to the Yeet Demon as the tank goes on the city. And I think that tank, it's out of copter range, but I think that tank might just be a sitting duck and get cleared off by some of Bengineer's tanks. I think he's worried about the roll, but honestly, I think like you just have to go for it at this point, because I feel like if you don't, your position is lost anyway. Being down two cities. I agree.
You're letting him get away with a really good attack on the previous turn. That's the problem about not going for this roll right now.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, we all learned, and anything can happen when it comes to Andy with those supers.
For sure.
Still thinking about it. So maybe just bringing this tank in to reinforce and didn't, like, count that it actually could hit the tank on 9-8. Because with 5 tanks in the area, I think he can still get to the artillery.
Yeah, he can. If he can clear the forest tank, then he can clear the tank on the plains right next to it, and then the last tank will hit the artillery.
Yeah.
It's probably good enough because then you can use some infantry to wall off a little bit, but it would have been really nice to have that extra tank that you put on a city.
Someone says, what is Madbox/Jeff doing? Why is he multi-accounting in a tournament /J? Dude, who's Madbox? Is this this must be like an old player or something. YOLO and don't waste time. Yeah, PhantomRaiku's really thinking about this. Still ahead on the clock, but Bengineer's gonna get 2 minutes at the start of his turn. So PhantomRaiku's like essentially down on the clock. But yeah, I do agree. You just gotta go for it. And if you don't get the roll, that's really, really, really unfortunate, and that might just be a loss on the spot. But at the same time, like, you can't just let Bengineer take territory for free, especially when 1405 is under threat. HQ. Someone says the HQ cap's not really a thing on this map, but I mean it could be threatened for sure, especially if there's no anti-air coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they, at least in this position right now, I don't think the HQ are super under threat, but 1405 definitely is. Yeah, and also I'm a player who goes for luck rolls. Like, I think luck rolls are sick. Just go for them, you know?
I'm very luck-averse in life and in Advanced Wars, but I feel like in this situation, you just have to roll the dice. Goes in for an attack on that infantry. I guess getting charged, that seems like a bit much to me. And now just procrastinating on the tank engagement. How is he going to position this? He's got to go in.
Yeah, I really just don't see another good way that you can hold back here and defend. The tanks there in the center by Bengineer are just way too far forward that any defense that you're going to have is just going to lose basically the entire middle.
No, he's retreating!
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, no.
You don't have the income advantage either, so but retreating, you're just going to get a worse army.
Yeah.
Like, every single turn, Bengineer is going to get a stronger and stronger army.
Oh, no, he had to... yeah, I really think you have to go in...
This is so bad, too, because he's behind this river pivot point that we're talking about, so now you can clear off the tank on 1106 and then, like, creatively put some of your units around to block those 2 tanks he just retreated from actually coming in and reinforcing.
Yeah. Astaroth is still holding out hope, though. Astaroth says maybe this will work. Yeah, and that's true. Like, sometimes you like can just play like to make your opponent make a mistake. But I really think he should have gone in. Would have been able to take 2 tanks out, hitting artillery, and there wouldn't be that much to really trade. until the copters get active.
Yeah, but I think this is pretty simple for Bengineer. I think you can just clear off. You can clear off the tank on 1106, put your own tank on that city. That's basically the only tank engagement you're going to go for, and shift your whole army over here to the right. Bring in your battle copters towards the center here, and then it's going to be, you're going to ask another question of Raiku of like how aggressive are you going to be here to try to go into my tanks with an artillery and 2 battle copters behind. It's definitely a mistake if Bengineer goes for like the 9 HP tank on the city or any of those tanks. Like that's going in way too deep. But I think he can pretty confidently get 1106.
Yeah, for sure. I think he can even start a flip too on that city and start a flip on 1405 as well and block for it with infantry. And Raiku just his units are going to be overloaded trying to fight all of this.
Yeah.
But I think the nerves are getting to him.
I mean, it's hard not to. This is obviously, I mean, it's a live game, but it's also being casted. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff going on.
Yeah, for sure. And clears the infantry there. So a good find there by Bengineer. And probably might just be content to not try and push anything besides that 1405 Mountain City, and just stall out because Bengineer's got a nice 3k income lead. And Raiku's infantry swarm has vacated the corner and is now shifting over towards the mid.
Yeah, I think Bengineer's totally fine with this bottom left corner just going 1-1, just allowing Raiku to have 0-0-12 if he can keep up 0-1-14. And I think that tank positioning is just going to allow that, because then he's just going to have 2k, it's going to be 2k. So 2k income lead the rest of the game. But we'll see how aggressive he gets in the center.
Yeah. Nerves are probably getting to them both. Yeah, I definitely think so. And you can see on the clock, too, that both players are using some time on these last couple turns. Chloe says, I think the forest kill earlier was only 2/3 chance, so I can understand not going for it. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that low. I thought it was a lot higher. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that forest tank didn't take that much chip damage. It was only like 2 or 3% from the infantry. So yeah, it definitely wasn't like an 80-90% chance. But even at 2/3, I think you maybe have to go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, just the punishment for not getting that roll is gonna be pretty devastating. And now the copters are gonna put some pressure on the. And actually, he could send 1 copter to the right corner and 1 copter to like the left corner, and then the anti-air is kind of overloaded. So I guess the other copter can attack, but it can always get repaired up because it's Andy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that everything's good. I got some messages on Discord. I'm gonna make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, they forgot day limit to 30.
In this game, or the game that they...
On this game.
Okay. Well, our artificial day limit 30.
Yeah. Let me just message him right back. Okay. I'm glad to check that.
Yeah. I think this is totally fine for Bengineer, what he's doing here. I think he's just going to keep a threat up towards these tanks, not necessarily even going for the 1106 clear, and just use his income advantage to build up a stronger army. But he's making Raiku have to make the first move, which, yeah, again, I think it's totally fine when you have the income advantage.
Yeah. Banjo couldn't resist. He was stressed. He couldn't tear his eyes away from the screen. I feel that. I got another message. Let me just make sure these players are still good. Yep. We're all clear. Yeah, this is good for Bengineer. I probably would greed for that city, but that's why I'm rated 700 in Live League.
And it does look tempting, but think too many tanks in the area to really go for it.
Yeah. And I think that 7 HP can get an interrupt on 0012, and with the tank pressure, it's going to be really hard for PhantomRaiku to actually get that.
You could always join for it, but yeah, I mean, it definitely does ask questions in that area. One thing I will say, I do like the medium tank here by Bengineer. Didn't have enough, I think, for the Neo tank due to repairs. But yeah, I was waiting for a tech up. Like, there's so many tanks on the field here, and you're Andy. Like, this is screaming for a medium tank or a Neo tank.
Yeah, and now PhantomRaiku's gonna have to build his own medium tank to counter it. We could just see a big, like, stall battle in the middle, and nice job occupying the strong defense tiles. The artillery also covers that tank.
Yeah, this is the great thing about battlecopters too. When you don't have an anti-air out, this battlecopter, I mean, it's the perfect wall for the artillery. There's nothing that can touch it until this anti-air is in better position.
Yeah, and then there's no way he can clear out the. Well, actually, he could. Oh,
starting. Does go for 1405. Yeah.
All right, if we're gonna block with takeout infantry. Gonna block. I'm sure with the 9 and the 10 HP infantry.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, okay. Looking strong. But running low on time, only 4.5 minutes. Meanwhile, PhantomRaiku will have 9 minutes at the start of his turn. So if he plays quick, I think he can like try to leverage the clock as an advantage. Oh, and Bengineer's also getting a nice shot there, taking out the infantry.
Yeah.
Just a little micro mistake there. Astaroth wants Raiku to save for a Neo or a Bomber. I would be okay with that. Both of those units are awesome, especially Bombers. And there's no anti-air in the field, so that forced an anti-air buy from Bengineer.
I mean, it pretty much forced a fighter, to be honest.
That's true.
Because if you have a solo bomber, like no other battlecopters on the field, you'd have to build 2 anti-air to really feel comfortable. And at that point, it's 16k, just build a fighter. It's going to have more movement range and be less open to tanks.
Yeah, and then it's putting economic pressure on Raiku because he would have to build his own counter fighter or like spam anti-air just because their movement is too good. Gonna get a shot on that infantry, knocking it down to 2. The infantry is not protected by the anti-air, however, so the copter will get a free shot. And yeah, this is looking really tough, but might be able to shift like all those tanks over there to that big blob and start a brawl right on that HQ area. And try to make Bengineer overextend. Taking a gander at the stats here, PhantomRaiku's got 2 kills to 7 deaths. So, yeah, I think just nerves and not going in for that tank brawl. Even though that forest tank was definitely a roll, like it's still kind of swung the middle.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I will say this is the looking at this game again. The strong sides were definitely different than what I said in the beginning. I said that Raiku's strong side would be in the top. That has definitely not been the case. I was just going off the 2 base and then 1 base airport, but it's because of some of these reinforcement lanes and the slowness of this 0700 base to get to the right. Yeah, the strong side for Bengineer is definitely in the top right here.
Yeah, and it's something that I just now thought of that's very unrelated to what you just said. But what you said is very true. I'm not trying to demean that. But, like, something I just thought of is the Rocket? What? Okay, now my train of thought's derailed. He went the Rocket. He is playing hardcore defense now. Hardcore stall mode. Like he's playing Olaf. Oh, no.
Yeah, that just almost never works, though.
Oh, the Rocket. I think a medium tank would have done just as good as the Rocket.
I think it would have done way better. You have to be so careful with this Rocket now, making sure it's, first of all, it's live, so you have to protect it with your life and spend a bunch of time. But also with so many forests here and rivers and other really bad terrain for this Rocket, you can just dance around it all you want. Like
Yeah.
he's trying to protect the HQ, but like people are saying, like I don't think the HQ is like a really real threat here. If you just moved a couple of tanks over, build a medium tank, like he's not getting the HQ. And if he goes for it, you actually want that because it's way overextending.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. But something you can do against medium tanks as Andy is farm them for charge. You send 3 tanks to first strike a medium tank, it knocks it down to like 4, and then you get like, I don't know, like 15,000 charge off of that, and then you click hyper upgrade and your tanks are all back to full.
Yeah. Very, very fun tactic.
Building vehicles from the forward base means you don't get any infantry, while the corner base will be pumping infantry, so corner will be overwhelmed by unit count. That is true, yeah. The reinforcement times from like this base and this base, for example, are like pretty much the same. So like you always want to build infantry out of the closer base when the reinforcement time difference is negligible for vehicles.
Yeah. I'm still caught up on these rockets. I think
Yeah.
it's an interesting build for sure, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to love rockets in the cartridge games, but they're really hard to be effective with.
They are, and I think he's just like, oh, my position. I think he thinks his position is a lot worse than it is, which his position is not great, but like he could try and like bait Bengineer into an overcommitment on this by like starting a brawl, and then has like a lesser reinforcement time and just try to like win. But maybe he's trying to counterattack Bengineer's HQ. Actually, I don't think it'll work, but trying to ask some questions.
The other thing for the Rockets, which just one thing for them, if you move them one tile up to 1002, they are going to be covering the city on 1106. So if you really are scared about that flip and you don't want to go to a huge fight, then the Rockets do cover that. But I mean, that's 15,000 that you're committing to save one city.
Yeah. Rocket is the only tech up besides medium in the OG Advanced Wars. That's true. Astaroth likes the Rocket City Lock. Reading the map the same as Asta comforts me. Banjo and Asta cheering for opposite players, but reading the map the same. And 25k could definitely go for a Neo this turn, and that put a lot of pressure on PhantomRaiku. And PhantomRaiku down to 4 minutes, and yeah, that brings the 2 back. That's smart, and takes that out. Yeah. Now it's gonna be. I think he could have taken it out from the square that infantry was just at, so it threatens both cities. I mean, obviously some vehicles could go over there and attack it, but they could still attack it anyway from the forest on 1802. So I would have just kept it on that 1801 playstyle, so it can threaten both cities. Just asking more questions.
Yeah, I think minor improvement either way. But I do like the clear. You're definitely asking questions now with the battle cluster clearing out the infantry. Now this corner has to be defended by Raiku a little bit stronger than he had been in the past.
Yeah, and Banjo says front shift everything. No infantry in corner. That is true. Bengineer could definitely win these corner and maybe pinch on the HQ even. I don't think that'd be possible, but could be good long term if Bengineer could like accumulate a strong army.
Bengineer has to be careful of his time though. He's been spending more time on all these turns, and yeah, this is just another turn where I think he's going to be spending a lot of time. He is now up 4k income though. Getting the flip on 1405 is very nice, but this is a very complex position, and if you do not manage your time correctly, it will come back to bite you.
Yeah. And I wonder if he's going to go for the flip on 1106. The Rocket's not fully in position yet, so I think if you're going to start that, now's the time.
Yeah.
Down to 3.5 minutes, thinking about an attack, but I think I would just pull back.
I agree with the front shift idea. Who is that? That Bongo put in the chat. I think that makes a ton of sense. Just move over to the corner here, try to win some properties there, and then just defend your own HQ. You don't really care about the middle that much. because it's already pretty equal income. But those, especially with no infantry defending, that corner of Raiku does look very vulnerable.
Oh, for sure. But unfortunately, it looks like Bengineer is going to be front shifting towards where all Raiku's infantry are.
Yeah, he's playing more defensive towards the HQ, which I understand. But yeah. The good thing about this attack, though, is you're running away from the rockets, which is strong, right? Like that,
yeah.
You're making 15k there basically worthless.
Yeah, for sure. And might use another tank to clear that 1 HP tank out, and then, yep, that's exactly what's happening. Probably going to put the other tank on the city, shoot the mountain infantry. Oh, or infantry, that also works.
Yeah, we are just yeeting here. We're going for all the attacks.
Yeah, but down to just over 2 minutes left. And yeah, Bengineer's going to have to be playing quick or finding himself on increment pretty soon. And I think a Neo is a no-brainer right here.
Yeah, for sure.
There's nice first strike on the tank. The other tank will be able to get another shot on it, knocking that thing down to 1. Finally, some blood. Oh, Astaroth is getting some hope. Mine says this is sus. The attack might not be the play here.
Yeah, I'm a little scared too because it's very hard to calculate this, but with all these engagements, there's a world where you even get a hyper upgrade this turn.
Yeah.
Like you would have to be doing a lot of engagements, and honestly, a lot of your units might die in the process, which might not make it worth it. But I don't know, like, this is very aggressive for sure. And like I was saying, I think Bengineer was already winning, so maybe you don't have to do this. But I think with the Neo coming up, and if Raiku doesn't get a hyper upgrade here, I think it's not as scary as it looks.
Yeah. There's no Neo coming up, though. It's a copter double tank, which is respectable, but it's not... I think a Neo is just way too strong right here. And now PhantomRaiku's got 6 minutes to try to figure out how to punish this. And I think you can. You clear out the tank on 708 with the double... Oh, gonna clear an infantry and start a cap? Okay. Asking some questions. I respect it. Going fast, too. Trying to use the clock.
Yeah. I think Raiku sees that as the win condition right now. Bengineer just has no clock. Just make your turns fast. Go for as many engagements as you can. While still not losing, and just make Bengineer have to find a good turn with 53 seconds and increment.
Yeah. If Raiku dares yeet there, so ahead, yeah. And retreating some infantry. Oh, nice shot, but can't get it because of the lack of calm tower. But still, yeah. I mean, that's a good shot to take. And has hyper repair, but definitely don't want to use that right now.
No.
I think you clear the tank on 708. You can hit the... Oh, Copter's going, and he's going. He's yeeting.
Yeah, we're in the yeet phase.
The yeet phase.
Both players are too tired of a conflicts game. They're like, let's just reduce unit count. They got winning this.
Probably going to move the infantry, attack with his back tank, be able to clear out the 8 HP tank with the 6 and another healthy tank. But he might run out of units to really punish. Going to tap an infantry. There it is.
Yeah, the thing is, you bring in so many tanks that artillery can only shoot out one of them, so it's not actually like you don't necessarily have to target fire this artillery like in other positions. You can just try to clear as many tanks as possible.
That's true. And then the rockets actually counter artillery too, so the rocket actually could theoretically move up and help. Yeeting with another tank.
Yeah, I think this is fine. You just send the anti-air over. Ooh. Okay, and yeah, I guess that works as well. Yeah, you're basically conceding 1702, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's true. But might be worth it if he can clear out all of this army.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think... I think
like
he should have kept that
You just gotta go.
I think that 6 was better off there clearing that tank, and then another tank could have gotten a hit. Yeah, it's just an inaccuracy there, and that might cost PhantomRaiku a lot. The rocket's gonna move up. Power management gonna hurt a lot here. Yeah, Bengineer's gonna get super. I'm betting this turn.
Yeah, it's a guarantee he's going to get super, but the thing is you have to, it's time's the big factor here. If this is global league, it's over, but like.
But yeah, I think the clock is going to be a big thing, and Raiku also is going to get his super the turn after too, so Bengineer has to get as many clear outs as possible. Now, going in on that, the copter will be able to get a shot in, but it can get healed. The tanks could heal back up. And now we're going to shuffle some more stuff in.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's pretty trivial here for Bengineer to get hyper upgrade. You can send the copter in on the copter to get a bunch of charge. You send a medium tank in to hit a tank, and you're already pretty close. You have an artillery to hit another tank, and you're at that point you're basically there. And then you pop it, heal that battlecopter right back up. Try to clear it off if you can with like some tanks. That way it can't repair on its own scop for Raiku. But yeah, the question is just doing this in enough time.
Yeah, it's got just under 3 minutes. Starting that cap, that was free. And now artillery takes a shot. And infantry moving back. Nice clear with the 7 HP. I think tank infantry will be able to clear out the 6 on the city. Oh, medium tank. Yeah, that's... Oh, he doesn't get the roll. Maybe that wasn't a roll. I don't know with 0 comm towers if that's a roll. And there's the hyper upgrade. It's now online for Raiku. Bengineer just needs like 1 or 2 more engagements to get it. Gonna hit the infantry. The funny number is there. Do the dance. The income lead, the KD lead, I think for Benji is just really brutal right now. But the clock is also brutal. Copter's gonna take a free shot. That'll get healed though. Unless with hyper upgrade, this tank right here on the city on 1008 can get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to clear out 2 tanks. Gonna hit another infantry. Almost has hyper upgrade. Almost has it.
Ooh, doesn't get the roll.
Raiku, the luck is with him. Just like the tiniest bit of charge needed. Needs 300 more charge. Just an infantry engagement will do it. And there goes the tank. Pops an infantry down to 1. Wow. Hyper upgrade online and activates it. And is gonna clang a tank down to 4. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this turn. I think Raiku can pop his own hyper upgrade, heal a lot of these units, and be okay. But the tank survives. The infantry should.
Infantry can clear. Infantry can clear.
Yep.
I'm gonna look at this medium tank engagement really fast to see if that should have killed. No, it never had a chance to kill. The 1 HP tank on the shoals. So, okay, but we're sending another tank. This is what you need to do. You just need to kill as much stuff as you possibly can.
Yeah, this might be over. The advantage might have been too strong, even though I think this turn was a little suboptimal. I think the Bengineer had such a strong advantage there. That PhantomRaiku, I don't think with his own power could really come back. But the clock, 15 seconds. You gotta buy your units. You gotta buy your units, or just don't and save up for a mega tank. 9 seconds.
I don't think it's over yet. I honestly don't think it's over yet because you're going to heal a bunch of stuff. The anti-air is going to kill the battlecopter. Your own battlecopter can get a nice hit on either, probably just the medium tank. Yeah. The tank on the shoals on 0706 is in rocket range. Like, there's stuff for you here.
That's true. And now his own hyper upgrade. He's got 4 minutes. No, he moves the rocket. No, you got to attack. You have to attack. Surely he saw the red square around the tank. Moves the medium tank. Oh no, big oof. Big oof indeed. Oh, just as Astaroth was getting his hopes up. Oh,
yeah, we'll tank in rocket range. Yeah.
Oh, surrounding the copter. Okay, I respect that. Oh, okay.
The anti-air can kill the copter on 1504.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was just... he's
rushing
that
it.
rocket shot.
Yeah, you rushed it. Oh man. Now the rocket's in tank range, yeah. Can you steal defeat from the jaws of victory? Both players are attempting to do so. Gonna hit an infantry, gonna take out the copter. Ooh, using tanks to take out infantry.
Never great when you're already down.
Yeah. Could get a few. Okay, that's a solid shot. 9-4. There's no healing that's gonna happen. Another good first strike, but I think Raiku's army's about to just disappear. I think that rocket play.
This could have been so much stronger, yeah, because the rocket would take care of the tank on the shoals, and then that battlecopter that you sent could either attack the battlecopter that you surrounded, making sure you don't have to surround it, or just get a nice shot on the medium tank, which is like a very dangerous unit right now for Bengineer.
Yeah. It goes in. Okay, that's a couple decent shots in the corner, now threatening 0014, but still, this whole army I think is going to disappear, and this could be really rough for PhantomRaiku. This 8 HP tank could get peered down on 1306, and then, and then this tank I think can hit the tank on the, or hit the anti-air. Oh, the Neo! He double base skips for the Neo. All right, you know what? You got to make something happen, I suppose. But
I think it was almost kind of forced because I think you can clear off the rockets here relatively easily, and then get a hit with the medium tank on the bridge. Now, obviously, the Neo covers both of those units, but without that, like, yeah, the rockets definitely was a misplay. You should have attacked the tank. Now they're going to die this turn.
Yeah, for sure. Infantry gets cleared out by the artillery. I think that was the artillery's first KO, which is nice. You always like to see artillery's KO. But now, Bengineer got to play on increment. But I think this position kind of plays itself. I think Bengineer could just attack stuff indiscriminately and be okay. I don't know if medium tank one-shots the infantry on planes to be able to free up the copter.
I can check real quick. It does not, especially because Raiku's on super.
Yeah, but it takes out the rocket and then can use using the tank to block. Yeah. But which is good. The issue is the medium tank can one-shot the 5 HP tank, and then, the Neo tank doesn't have the movement. Oh, that's a really nice move.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Raiku's in some trouble, and then the infantry's going to trade back on the infantry there, knocking down to 4 HP. That 4 HP tank, though, is pretty trapped, so it might get
I think there was a universe there, maybe, where Bengineer could clear out the 8 HP tank on the forest and then send with the battlecopter and then send his tank to attack the anti-air that was covering on 1404. He didn't go for it, so this is just all hypothetical. But yeah, with low time, hard to find these ideas.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And down to 28, but went double Neo thanks to all that money backed up.
Double Neo's crazy. How much money did he have? I didn't even see that. What the heck?
I think he had like 4K. Or, I mean, obviously over that because he went double Neo. But yeah, like 4.5K. Double Neo looking really strong. The tank is going to chip an infantry down. The 7 HP will be able to take that out. And then he will be able to start... He should take it out from the road, I think, and then start the city. And I don't think his infantry can clear it. Does get the roll with the 8 HP copter, though. That'll allow a strike on the medium tank. And does get it. Nice little 5-8 for Raiku. But now has to think about how he's going to operate this turn. Neo moves up.
Yeah, the thing about this position for Bengineer right now is he's a little overextended, which I think was fine last turn because he wanted to kill the rockets. I totally get that. But now after this attack, I think you should back up a little bit. Like you still have the income lead, you still have the unit count lead. Your time is the only concern, which makes backing up a little less attractive, but you definitely don't want to keep on fighting into this. Let the double Neos come in and reinforce.
Yeah, attacks the tank from the wrong square. Oh, actually, no, because he could put the 2
2
HP on the road, yeah. Okay. So he just needs to start that cap with the 2 HP on the road, and actually, if he gets that, the income lead will go back down to just 1. He's going to go ahead and buy, which is smart. Don't want to run out of clock there. But I think you just got to start that cap, block with the 2, and then play the middle after that.
Chat is going crazy right now.
Yeah. Astaroth wants Raiku to go for both corners. That's true. Now there's no infantry for Bengineer over here on the right corner, and Raiku could front shift.
Oh, you have to be so careful. The infantry on 1203 needs to help defend 1600, else it's gonna fall next turn.
Where's
Like,
1203?
you need to move it. The infantry by the HQ that hasn't moved yet, it needs to go to defend 1600.
That's true. Yes, it does. Okay, gonna start the cap now. Block with the 2. But going to move up some infantry over here, trying to keep the surround on the copter. Actually starting the cap on 709. The greed, the greed of this man. I don't think that's going through in a million years. The copter didn't shoot last turn. It should have shot an infantry.
Yeah, definitely.
But low time, Bengineer ended the turn with 3 seconds, so I understand not going for it. And then the tank's gonna take a shot. Another tank's gonna go back on the HQ to heal up. And I think this tank can go get a... Oh, it's gonna stay on the city and pop an infantry. Okay. So I think Raiku's just trying to play the clock, trying to make Bengineer overextend and win the army value battle. The problem is he's been down income this whole time.
Yeah, the only thing about this attack from Raiku is it gives Bengineer a very clear idea of backing up, clearing off the capping infantry on 0709. Like, this is a very intuitive idea, just backing up here, clearing off that infantry and not overextending.
Yeah, and goes for the hyper upgrade, or hyper repair.
Hyper repair. Oh, but he's not doing that! He's going for the attack!
Yeah.
Oh, what are we doing?
Oh,
I do not like this.
Yeah. This game is crazy. If this was a chess game, the eval bar would be bouncing up and down like a super ball. But gonna probably get that clear off on the infantry that's capping. And Astaroth, hope is rekindled in Astaroth again. Tank goes in, nice shot on the anti-air, knocking it down to 4 HP. And then the copter can actually hit that 8 HP copter too. And this game is so exciting. I have to pee so bad, but I'm not gonna. Gets the shot on the tank. Artillery's now moving up. Oh, nice coverage there. Copter gets a shot and gets the clear out. Oh, there's no counter to these copters now. And yeah, didn't block for the infantry, so it gets interrupted. And the double Neos move up slowly, steadily, and Bengineer actually doing a good job with time management this turn. Has 40 seconds. What will you do with the rest of the infantry? Could start that cap. There's an infantry right there that interrupt. And 30 seconds.
I'm really not convinced by this, though, because Raiku can clear off both the medium tank and I think also get a hit on the artillery. Yes, you're putting yourself into medium tank range of the HQ, but then Bengineer has to reinforce even deeper into Raiku's territory. Like, you're overextending already, and then you're planning to overextend even more on the next turn. Like, this is scary.
Let's see. Takes out the infantry, frees the copter, but 6 seconds. Ends the turn with 6 seconds. Double base, or skips for a copter. Neo tanks it out. Now, after a hyper upgrade, the anti-air could take out that copter on 706. But just needs, let's see, 14k charge. I think he can get it. Yeah. You might have...
I think it's even if he doesn't get it this turn, next turn he's going to get it, and that 3 HP medium tank that just went on the city is going to be back to full HP. Like, you're going to get a lot of value no matter when you pop this hyper upgrade. Yeah, I did not like that last turn for Bengineer at all. Oh, goes in with the anti-air. Oh, I think you could have saved that for in case you got a hyper upgrade, but... The problem, you're also kind of blocking, you just totally block yourself off from hitting the artillery as well, and the artillery is not going to get a nice shot on Neo. Like, that was definitely not the play. Guarantees the corner city, though. I don't think there's any way that Bengineer could stop it. 2 minutes left for Raiku. Just has to keep fighting. Why the CO power? Yeah, I don't know. HQ tank's going to get a shot, and the infantry goes in, knocks the infantry down to 2. Neo, not in range, but it is in range of the city on 1106. And Raiku he's down 50k in value. But if he wins this big brawl, he could turn the game around. Day 16, do you have to be mindful of day limit? Yeah, I think it's still a little early, especially with how aggressive everything's going. Joined? Oh no. Oh no,
definitely do not agree with that.
The real problem with this turn for Raiku here is the main advantage you have right now is your hyper upgrade, but by putting the anti-air on that tile and not attacking the artillery, now the artillery can weaken the Neo tank on the road, and then the then the Neo tank on the HQ right now can finish it off once you clear off the 1 HP anti-air.
That's true, yeah.
And then you lose your Neo tank before the hyper upgrade, and it's like that's a really big part of your army.
Oh, but let's see. Yeah, this will be tough for PhantomRaiku. Will be getting that hyper upgrade next turn. Just needs to click end turn. He's got 47 seconds to click end turn. There he goes. Now back to Bengineer. 2 minutes and 3 seconds and counting. But now the copter's going to run away. Take a shot on the infantry. Clear it out. The city's been liberated.
Just kill units. That's the objective. Kill units.
And now artillery and Neo should be able to clear that out. It's a 6. I think Neo will be able to do it. And gets it.
Yeah. That was the problem of last turn by Raiku.
Yeah. Yeah, just a couple mistakes here and there, and now the tank is going to be blocking the medium tank, and Neo gets a shot.
Yeah, this is over now, I think.
Yeah.
It was so close. Like, the cop was definitely a mistake by Bengineer, but just the anti-air going for the hit on the copter instead of hitting the artillery. That way this clear could not have happened on your own Neo was a really big mistake.
Yeah, I agree. And now that hyper upgrade, it's not going to do anything. I mean, it'll heal the HQ tank, which would be nice, but that HQ tank really can't contribute too much besides just shooting infantry. Clears the way for the copter, but now its turn's over, so it can't move just yet. There's no anti or anything. Raiku will be getting 1 flip, but it'll still be down 2,000, and yeah, I think this is pretty over. Unfortunately for Raiku fans, but Bengineer fans are happy. Bengineer just needs to build and end the turn. Gonna move up some infantry. Could even start this cap on 1106.
Yeah, you absolutely can start caps.
Oh, starting a greedier cap. Fair enough. That might be harder to hold, but I think this position is just overwhelmingly winning.
Yeah, once he lost the Neo, it was over.
Yeah. Yeah, a valiant effort indeed.
Yeah, and Raiku resigns.
Yeah.
Really great job by Bengineer.
Yeah, for sure.
GG's.
For Bengineer, got 26 kills for 112,000 funds and 16 deaths for 69,000 funds, just as Bengineer planned it.
Yeah, I mean, really great game by Bengineer. I think it was very impressive how well he played on low time. He was basically playing on increment those last 4 or 5 turns, and he never. I mean, the cop turn was maybe a little suspect, but Raiku did not punish effectively enough, and then Bengineer able to close out the game.
Yeah, for sure. GG. Yeah, well played by Bengineer. Really well played. Raiku, I think, had an advantage out of the opening, a slight one, and then but didn't punish in the corner on the left, allowing Bengineer to get a good income lead, and then Bengineer is able to slowly push in the middle, find some good aggressive tactics, and yeah, really well played.
Yeah, great game by both players.
And that puts True Grit at a 1. I don't think they've played. I think that's the first game their teams have played, so that puts Team True Grit at a 1-0 lead. And I think Valier is playing today as well. So we'll see if Valier can avenge his fallen brethren. I should actually check who Valier is playing. Valier is playing against Spork07. Do you have any predictions for that?
Not too much. I remember seeing Spork was a very good player, so it might be a slight edge there. But honestly, I think what this game proved is that prep really helps both players. I think Raiku maybe went out of his prep a little bit in the beginning and allowing that Mountain City to be sat on by the tank. But I think overall both players prepped decently well for this map, and I think it really worked out for Bengineer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and this was a really fun game to watch, honestly. I really had fun casting it. I mean, obviously I've probably sounded a little biased. PhantomRaiku is my Rocket League teammate, and I've known him for years. And I got him into the game, so I was low-key rooting for him. But Bengineer is also really cool, so I'm not upset or anything. It's good to see Bengineer with a W. Bengineer's in chat. Hey, welcome. Congrats. Well played. Nice job on the W. And taking one for Team True Grit. Bengineer, don't scroll up and see Banjo losing his mind and stressing out. Don't do that.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Don't scroll up in chat. Maybe the Rocket Buy was a reference to Rocket League. Yeah, exactly. He was trying to bring Rocket League to Advance Wars, and I like it. Were faces palmed? Yeah, many faces were palmed in the making of this, but it was a really fun game. Both players had some really good chances, and that's the kind of games you like to see.
Yeah, and I think it was a really complex game too, especially kind of in that mid game. There was a lot of kind of stall going on, a lot of low clocks, so it's very complicated. Even for high level players, that's a very complicated position to be in. The end did get a little crazy, but yeah, that's classic Advance Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited. This tournament has been going amazing. It feels like every game has been a banger, and everyone seems to be enjoying themselves, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, I'm gonna hang out with chat for like a couple more minutes. You're welcome to hang out as well, Mansamusa, or you can drop if you have somewhere to be. Totally up to you. We're just gonna hang out for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna end the stream. But thank you so much for coming on and co-commentating. It was just so much fun, and your understanding of the game like far eclipses mine. So I was really glad that we could add your knowledge to the analysis.
Yeah, I was super happy to be here. It was a really entertaining game. Yeah, thank you for having me on the channel. I don't think I have anywhere to be, so I'll chill with chat for a little bit as well, and then yeah.
Someone says there was not a second either player wasn't doubted. Yeah, that's pretty true. I expect an hour-long lecture on everything I did wrong after this, Banjo. Yeah, Banjo's got plenty of ammunition for you, Bengineer. But it was a really solid game.
Yeah, and you always got to be learning in Advance Wars. I try to learn every single day, and then I see some, 1500, 1600 level gameplay, and I'm like, I don't even know what they're even thinking with some of these moves.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I study games who are like 150 more elo than me, because the moves make sense. But yeah, like super high level moves, it's like, oh, like Sprite Mare can just sacrifice a Neo tank and somehow it works out because it's Sprite Mare. But like I can't do that. Oh shoot, we should look at that turn that Sprite Mare said could go in. Is Sprite Mare still in chat? What do you remember what turn that was?
I can scroll. I think it was pretty early on in the game. I can scroll up, try to find it.
Yeah, me too. I think it was like day 7. Once we had these tank action here. Yeah, I think it was this turn. Does anyone in chat remember? Was it this turn or the turn after? Oh, hey, Sprite Mare, do you remember the tactic that you were talking about? If you're on Discord, you can hop in the casting channel. I don't know the day after, but it was after the first tank hit. Okay, this looks like the first tank hit. So, I think it was this one.
And he was saying capturing the mountain city for Raiku. I believe on 0907?
0907.
Or 0709.
Oh, yeah, this one. Probably about day 8 or so, yeah.
Hello?
Howdy.
Oh, hey.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, so there was a tactic where on this turn, the turn that I'm seeing on my stream view here, it might be a little bit delayed, but basically the 5 HP drops back, the 2 tanks double tap the tank, and then you can actually form an infantry wall, or you could also do an infantry kill as well, where you have the 2 infantry on the silo in the city. They basically team up to kill the infantry just south of that 8 HP tank. And then you can actually swindle the 7-9 property, which is really contested.
I'm putting on move planner.
Okay.
I might be a few moments delayed just
yeah.
by nature of watching the stream as opposed to the...
Maybe I misheard what you said, but I was maybe thinking of something like, this is what I interpreted?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
that's basically it. And then you can infantry wall or go to swindle the 7-9 property. You can actually place the one infantry on the forest onto the silo to get kind of the best of both worlds. Because then you can get first struck, but you're Andy, so it doesn't matter.
I see, yeah, that's true. And then I think the tank, like the tank could be at like 8 or 7, and then the 7 HP, and then like a 5, I think, could clear it out too.
Yeah, exactly. And the nice part is you're only eating tank first hits there, not tank first second hits, which is especially nice as Andy.
Yeah, sweet. That's good. I didn't even see this. I mean, I saw like he could like I mean, when Mansa Musa was saying it too, you could clear out this and like take that, but I didn't see like the full thing. So
I saw the
Yeah,
capture on the central city, but not this whole idea of then clearing out the infantry and then capturing the mountain city. That's even it's even better.
And the order, so for tactics like these too, the order sometimes matters on which ones you hit. Because if you're not, if you say have the city infantry, or in this case it wouldn't matter, but sometimes it's important to make sure that one unit is full health just to make sure that you ensure that wall, so you've got to attack with it second.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Not a factor here. That was just me misreading the position for a split second and thinking that was relevant here.
Well, it's still an important thing to think about for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mine says can't wait to miss something like this in my game. Yeah.
Oh, everyone does. Everyone does. Don't worry.
Chat's gonna be screaming every game. That's the real truth of it.
It shocked me, man. I don't play much live. I think I have like 4 or 5 games total. But I play a bunch of Global League, and I enjoy finding tactics there where you have like a couple of days to figure stuff out, and you're like, oh, this is like a really sick idea. But playing live, you like think you see something cool, and then you like review the game, and you're like, man, yeah, that was a terrible idea. There was a way better idea.
Yeah.
Yep. That's part of the fun of live, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sword Signature says, I think Raiku is too passive on middle. Mind Commander says, for real. I agree, especially being down income. Like, I think Raiku had to make something happen and had the chance to. And then I think also, like, just minor little tactical things. Like, for example, not shooting with the rocket and picking up a free tank shot. But, I'm just accruing reasons I deserve to be made fun of. That's fair. That's for all of us. But, yeah, what a game. I'm going back to the main game page.
Spraymer, do you think that Raiku had a chance after the cop was popped there by Bengineer?
So I am a big cop not believer. I believe that there was a chance, especially with the low times. I think one of the extra fun parts about a live game like this and a live tournament format like this is there's the chance for some pretty serious swings on time control. I think that ND COP, unless you're like winning the game off of it, is usually not worth it though. Like I've got in the wheel, the Temple of the Wheel provides. I've actually got a little section called the rules, and one of those rules is do not pop ND COP unless it wins you the game. And it just, the mathematical amount of healing you're getting versus if you just save for SCOP is not typically worth it, and I think that can kind of provide, like in this position here, I think with proper play, PhantomRaiku is probably dead here, but also we're working with like 3 minutes here, or literally on increment, so I think that there's at least a modicum of a chance. Like I wouldn't resign here if that's kind of the thing, but like drop the medium back, like eat some tank hits, but it is a tough position. It is definitely a tough position, and I would take Bengineer's position here every single time. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Unless y'all have other stuff you want to add, I think I'm gonna call it right there. Thank you guys. Thanks Montamusa for co-casting. This is so much fun. And thanks Frightmare for coming on and showing us the tactic.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all. Bye, chat. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, and keep y'all posted if there are any future games going. You can also, I think I'm gonna actually type it in chat. You can also look at the bracket, exclamation mark bracket. You can see all the matchups and the schedule and everything. And yeah, I'm really excited. Bye, everybody.
Bye, chat.